Okay, I just want to share a little bit of wild plants information. Say you're out taking your gauntlet out in the woods and you get back to your car and it's broke down and you don't have cell phone reception to call for help and it's pretty far away and you don't have any food or anything like that, to hold you over. I was going to share some plants that are growing in most places or some places, and if you come across these plants, you can eat them. This one here is called mallow. This is what marshmallows were made out of in France originally years ago. It's also called cheeseweed and a few other names. And you can just pick it and eat it. All right, anything above the ground. Okay, this plant is called plantain, and this is broadleaf. It also comes in narrow leaf, and the seeds from it can be harvested too when it grows seed pods, and those seeds are gluten-free. This is also an antiseptic type of a thing. It's called nature's neosporin. And the way to identify it is these veins going up. If you pull them apart real carefully, it looks like a guitar string. And so if you get like a spider bite or cut, abrasion, anything like that, you can mash it up or chew it up and put it on your own wound. If it's somebody else's, you don't want to chew it up for them, just mash it up and put it on there. It's good for bee stings and stuff like that. But the plant can be put in salads or eaten fresh. It's a good plant. This is a wild mustard right here. And when the leaves are smaller on the wild mustard, it's actually an older plant. And it gets these little pods on it, looks kind of like broccoli. And you can see that. They're really nummy. You can chew them up and eat them. Anything above the ground you can eat. I'm not sure about the roots, but I know above the ground you can. I'll show you some better examples of some mustard that's growing that's really good. You can eat it fresh or you can cook it. Doesn't matter. It tastes kind of like radishes, I guess. Okay, there's a few plants in here. This is called miner's lettuce, and it's a really good source of vitamin C. It's actually not lettuce, but it's called miner's lettuce. And you can pick this and eat it. And right now it's starting to go to seed, but it's really good, very nutritious. Has a few other vitamins in it too, but this is what the pioneers and the miners used to eat to keep from getting scurvy. Good source of vitamin C. I try to eat some wild plants almost every day myself. Right here's a yellow dock plant. It's in the barley family. The root and everything else is edible. I usually steam the leaves or cook them. They have little brown spots in the leaves. That's supposed to be there. Oh, excuse me. And the reason that is the plant absorbs iron from the soil. So if you eat that, you got to be careful not to have too much, because men retain iron. No more than like 2 cups in a day. You got to be careful how much you eat too, because too much is like a laxative. All right? So just give you a heads up on that. You can also make a tincture out of the roots. I like to do that and then make it into ice cubes and freeze them for later. But if you're in the wild, you can just eat the plant like it is too. You don't have to cook it. There's some chickweed growing out here somewhere. Oh, here it is. All right. This is chickweed, and this is cleanses your lymph system. You can eat it fresh. You can dry it, cook it in soups. I make it into capsules and stuff. And it also can heal ulcers and stuff when you eat it. Really good for you. Yum, yum. Right there's a better example of a, very good example of a yellow dock plant. It's also called curly dock. See how the leaves curl, and that's just a better example of it. And then here's a little bit more mustard right there. A little more Miner's lettuce. And show you along the fence over here some of the mustard that's growing. I come out here and pick it off the fence line a lot of times. There's a bunch of different kinds of wild mustard. But so you can see the leaves are bigger right here. So this is a younger plant. And when the leaves are smaller, like on the other one, like on this one right here, this is an older plant, but you see these little things that look like broccoli. You can just pick those off and eat them. When the mustard plant dries up, it gets these long seed pods, and you just break open those seed pods and you harvest the seeds and you grind it up, and that's how you make mustard. So that's just a few things that you can eat, you know. And I'll show you some other things in another video. All right?